So we have this image color.jpg, it's a JPEG file, and we want to read this image using OpenCV. So we have this read.py file, a Python application, which will use OpenCV, and we're going to read that image using OpenCV. The first file, the first library you want to import in any OpenCV project is the OpenCV library, which goes by import OpenCV, import CV2. Once you have done importing CV2, it will take in all the OpenCV library commands, and there is a function in OpenCV called as imread, and here it takes one argument, and the argument is the path of that image. And in our case, since the Python application and the JPEG file is in the same folder, we can give the same file name, which is just color.jpg. However, if it were to be present in some other folder, then you would want to go ahead and find the path of that folder and supply it to the Python application. But since in our case color.jpg is in the same folder, we're just going to simply write as color.jpg, and this will take care of the reading aspect of that image. Once the image is read, you want to save that into a variable, and we will save it in the variable img. And img is equal to cv2 imread, and it reads the image and saves it into the variable called img. I'm going to make it a little bit expanded so that you can see it more comfortably. Once img is saved, you want to show that image on OpenCV, and OpenCV has a command which is cv2 imshow, and it takes in two variables. One is the window name, because imshow will basically go ahead and it'll create a new window with this image in it. So it wants the name of that window, and in our case we'll put down the name image, and it will ask for the variable which is holding the image. In our case it's img, so we'll pass on img. So once you show the image, OpenCV expects one other variable, one other function, which is called as the cv2 wait key, and this is essential in order for imshow to be working. Without cv2 wait key, imshow will not work, and cv2 wait key is nothing but a function that will read for any key presses on your keyboard. So the moment you press any keyboard, it will wait for that and then execute the next command in that loop. And I mean, once we have seen all the cv2 image shown, once we see the window, once we see the image, what's next? You want to close that image once you have seen it. So you can put down cv2 destroy all windows, and that's the function for destroying all the windows which OpenCV has created in our case. Once this is all done, this is done of now saving the application. We save this application, we go into our command terminal, and we expand this. Let's make the font a little bit bigger so you guys can see it as well. There we go, and we have this function here, and these are the two files, read.py and color.jpg, and we will try to read this command here. So Python read.py, and the moment we read this, it should open up a window right here. So you can see it is opening that image we have saved in that folder, and it's opening it up and showing it with us in this window, and the name of this window is image. So that's about it we have regarding the reading the image through OpenCV. And once we have done reading it, once we have displayed it, then it will wait for that key press. So I can always close this window by pressing the X button here, but since we have that wait key command, we can use some press on our keyboard. So I'm going to use the key escape in my keyboard to close the image, and I will press now. The moment I pressed, it closed the image and it closed the application as well. So with that, the read.py command, the file was fully executed.